metals, the topic. Jerry Williams is here to talk about that, and it looks like we just robbed a bank, Jerry. Are they after you? Is that the sirens I hear?
This is a little mini version of our display case at our office at
Now,
Phoenix.
did you explain to Jerry that when guests come on that we get to choose one of...
That's right, and I'm going to choose...
Just one. That would be a good... I'm going to choose that one.
Yeah, I think.
So, here's a thought, Jerry.
Oh, these are... Oh, wait.
Yeah, I know.
They're attached.
You're not... You got to take the whole trick.
No, they'll come off.
Okay.
So, how does a person, a lay person, choose a precious metals dealer? You've had a long track record. You've been doing this a long time.
I've been in the business nearly 40 years. I've had my own firm nearly 20 years. And, you need to do your homework, obviously. There's Better Business Bureau, there's referrals, industry people that can tell you who's good and who's bad. And then it's just a matter of the price. And as far as what to buy, it's whatever helps you sleep nights. And we can put somebody in for $500 or $500,000, or anything in between.
I wish someone in their pocket had a quarter that was the half and half now. Yeah, the sandwich. That very well put. Do you have one in your pocket that is? Because the sound is incredibly different when you drop one. Did you ever notice that? You can always tell a silver. Okay, that's the sandwich.
Okay.
And this is the silver.
No, I never
hear it.
Hear the difference?
Yeah, I can.
This is the sandwich. Are our mics picking that up? And this is the silver.
I never knew that.
Yeah, in 1965, our government decided that silver had become too valuable to be used as money. Think about that.
I know what kind
It's
of
insane.
Ironic.
So anyway, they took the silver out of the money. They gave us these sandwich coins with a copper center. And these coins are now, because of the price of silver, which was $1.39 or $1.29 back then, $27. Each quarter is worth $5 now.
So
we have $1,000 now
This
in
is
the
worth
bag.
$1,000 in that.
$5.
It's $50 face value.
Okay.
And it's worth $1,000. 50 times 20. It's 20 times the face value.
So it's 50 face and 1,000 silver.
$1,000.
Wow.
And so that's junk silver. That
Yeah, they call it that. It's really not the right term. It's circulated silver. Junk, this just name's been around, just kind of stuck.
Right. So it's just unrated as in terms of the MS rating. It's circulated, obviously.
And they're based just on the silver content. That's how it's
Now,
priced.
knit mark means a lot too, doesn't it?
Well, there aren't very many rare quarters. In 1932, there were a couple of Denver and San Francisco mint quarters. But other than that, quarters are just quarters. From
And the
32
dollars,
to
I know the silver dollars, if you get a CC. Carson, is
yeah,
that mint mark? That
they
mint
didn't make
mark's
very many
rare,
of those. They
more
only made
rare.
them from 1878 till about 1903,
Yeah.
and then they closed that mint.
Right, so I know those are kind of rare. What else do we have here today?
Well, we have on the left-hand side here, we have a 100-ounce bar of silver.
That is a
Industrial
bar of
yeah.
silver.
Weighs about 7 pounds.
I won't drop this on the table, folks, to
Yeah,
let
that'd
you
be
hear
the
that
end of
one.
the table.
That table would be gone. Whoa, that's
That's about $2,800, and then you can also buy a 10-ounce size, which would be 1/10 of that.
okay.
And then very popular are the 1-ounce American Silver Eagles, made by the U.S. Mint since 1986. They come out every year.
It's just a pretty coin.
About
And those
30
are, that's like $27 face value. Or not face
It's
value.
$1 face value. They sell for a little over $30 a piece right now.
So this is $1. This is $1.
$1 face value, but it's going to cost you about 30 and a half.
Because of the silver in it right now and the price of silver.
Right.
So people would get silver if they're doing precious metals. Is it a hedge against inflation? Is it potential bartering down the road? Is it protection of assets, or is it all the above?
It's all of that.
Okay.
And there is silver is interesting.
Never grabbed one.
About a year ago, it was nearly $50, and now it's down to 27. So, this looks like a real buying opportunity. And how could it get from there down to there? And it has to do with market manipulation. And there's a 4-year investigation that's still going on with the commodity exchange. Now, people say, well, conspiracies don't exist. Well, right now, the huge scandal is with the London interbank overnight rate for interest. Everything in this country, from credit lines to mortgages, is all controlled by this London interbank rate. Well, for the last 7 or 8 years, it's been manipulated by the Bank of England and 14 or 15 other banks to keep that rate low, to stimulate the economy. So we don't have a free market in interest rates. Well, we haven't had a free market in silver either. So it gets manipulated, whipsawed around.
Same with gold?
Not so much, because, see, governments don't have any silver. But the governments do have gold. And right now, for the past 5 years, governments have been net buyers of gold. And we have a chart that we could maybe put up at some point here in this discussion that shows, I don't think...
Are we going to put that, did we shoot it?
We
or
did
not?
shoot it, but it's this one right here.
Okay, it's the graph.
Right.
Okay,
Is that on the screen?
Yes, it is on the screen right
Yeah,
now.
you can see a pattern developing here between 2008 with the monetary crisis that we had and where we are right now. And between,
that's gold there.
that's just gold. Between these two circles,
As it's going up
was-
on your screen, it's the right-hand side of the page,
correct.
folks.
But you see the same pattern. So my thesis is that since we went from 1,000 to 700 back in 08, we've gone from 1,900 to 1,600 now. It's the same opportunity. Gold's been flat now for 3 or 4 months. This is a summer doldrums that happens every summer. I think the next move is going to be bigger than this move. Now you're
So what
talking
do you
about
think
what
the next
number?
move's going to
Is
be?
it 5,000?
Give us your crystal ball here right now.
Yeah, where do you think,
Yeah.
you're a precious metal, American Precious Metals in Phoenix, where does your crystal ball and experience and geopolitical interactions tell you it's going to peak out at?
Well, it's guesswork, and nobody can tell you exactly when, but you can kind of see with this 10-year chart, this pattern developing, and it's whenever the next crisis strikes, and we don't know exactly when that's going to be.
Gold
Could be
shoots
another
up.
Bear Stearns type failure. Gold will become a safe haven. Not so much inflation, safety. Out of paper currencies. It doesn't matter what country you're in, they're all junk. I mean, the dollar is the tallest midget in the room right now. It's a place where Europeans go and
Fiat money.
Asians and Argentinians, if they can do it. Argentina has laws against buying dollars now. So that's what countries do to protect themselves. So this, I think everybody ought to have some, 10 or 15% at a minimum. I mean, if you only got $500, get some, because
So
I
when
just-
we're talking interest rates being manipulated, the dollar being manipulated, you name it, it's being manipulated. I'm not a conspiracy. I don't think everything is, but some things are. So this is...
well, it gives you it gives you the illusion that things are okay.
Okay.
When we all know instinctively that they're not
That
okay.
they're not okay. Okay.
So this is
So what protects us?
25 years
What-
ago, Ronald Reagan, with an executive order, created the President's Working Group on Financial Markets. And this was right after the crash of '87 in the stock market. So, you know, they're busy behind the scenes trying to make the markets appear to be orderly, when in fact, if they weren't doing this, markets would be disorderly, but they would also be free. Free to crash, collapse, rebuild, start over,
yes.
but we have to
They
have
would
this.
not be genetically
thinking
modified,
that.
would they?
Good point. Very
Thank you,
good.
Jerry.
Great seeing you again.
Great to be here. Thank you.
American Precious Metals in Phoenix, 1-800-522-4653.
Our website has much information like this.
Excellent.
When we come back, Missy Pesky Wood, they have too many pets over there at the Yavapai Humane Society. You need to adopt 1, 2, or 3 of them. Back after this.